Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to explore the background of the first Tour de France winner from the colorful country of Colombia. In July 2019, Egan Bernal became the first Colombian winner of the Tour de France in its 116-year history. In recent years, the world of cycling have enjoyed an influx of talented Colombian cyclists such as Nairo Quintana, Estaban Chaves and Rigoberto Uran, to name just a few. In 2016, Egan Bernal signed for Adroni Giocattoli, and he had only turned 19 on the 13th of January that year. Egan Bernal first appeared on the radar of the cycling world as he finished 4th in the 53rd edition of the Tour de l'Avenir, which is often touted as the Tour de France of the future. The edition that year was won by David Gaudu. In 2017, a 20-year-old Egan Bernal managed to win 2 stages and the overall title at that year's Tour de l'Avenir in front of Belgian Björn Lambrecht and Denmark's Niklas E. Bernal has started the 2017 season by finishing 9th in the Tour of St. Louis, 7th in Tour de Langawi, 16th in the World Tour race Tirreno Adriatico, and 3rd in the Coppa Bartali. And Egan Bernal also managed to win the overall in the Tour de Savillon Mont Blanc and the Sibiu Cycling Tour, which is a 2.1 UCI stage race. Bernal finished that year by finishing 13th in the Emilia Lombardia in front of many seasoned World Tour pros. Following this successful season, Bernal signed for the juggernaut team of Team Sky for the 2018 and 2019 seasons. In 2018, Egan Bernal hit the headlines when it was discovered his VO2 max was a staggering 91. In comparison, Chris Froome, Sky's superstar, had a score of 88.2 at his Tour de France weight. This got the whole cycling world very excited at the potential of Egan Bernal. Egan Bernal made his debut for Team Sky in the Tour Down Under as the team leader, where he went on to win the Young Riders classification and finish 6th overall. In February 2018, Bernal won the Colombian National Time Trial Championships in front of David Martinez of EF Education. He then celebrated his first victory with Team Sky by winning the overall at the first edition of the Tour de Colombia in front of countryman and superstar Nairo Quintana. After the race, Egan Bernal said, "It's an important victory for many reasons. It's one of my first races with the team. It's the first race I've won with the team, and then because it's in Colombia. It's the first 2.1 race in Colombia and I've won it, so it's something special." Later on in the season, he managed to come 2nd in the Tour de Romandie, and during the race he won the 9.9 kilometer mountain time trial up to Villars in front of none other than Primož Roglic. Bernal went on to make his Grand Tour debut in the Tour de France, and he was an instrumental component of Geraint Thomas' overall win. Bernal himself managed to finish 2nd in the Young Riders classification behind Pierre Latour and 15th overall, despite the serious heavy workload he had done in the 3 weeks. He finished that year by placing 10th in the one-day race Milano-Torino and 12th at the Monument Classic of Emilia Lombardia. 2019 will be a season that will not be forgotten by Egan Bernal himself and Colombian cycling fans for a very long time. Bernal started the year with a 4th place finish in the Tour de Colombia, and he went on to win the prestigious French race of Paris-Nice in front of Nairo Quintana and teammate Michał Kwiatkowski. He performed well in the Vuelta a Catalunya, where he finished on the podium in the overall standings, and the plan from there was for Bernal to make his Grand Tour debut as a leader for Team Sky in the Giro d'Italia. Unfortunately, he sustained a training crash and broke his collarbone, which meant that he missed the Giro d'Italia. His program was subsequently changed and he returned to racing in the Tour de Suisse, where he managed to outgun Rohan Dennis and take the honours on stage 7 of the Saint Gothard, and he secured the overall finally on stage 9 after a solid time trial performance on stage 8. Egan Bernal turned up to the 2019 Tour de France as the hot favourite, despite his lack of Tour de France experience. 5-time winner of the Tour de France, Bernard Hinault, was sure that Bernal would win the overall. Team Ineos announced that Egan Bernal and Geraint Thomas would be co-leaders in their Tour de France team. Ineos produced a solid team time trial result in the 2nd stage in Brussels, and they managed to get the leaders in the right side of the crosswind situation on stage 10 as well, where other teams such as Astana and FDJ saw their leaders lose a considerable amount of time. After the tremendously heroic Julian Alaphilippe cracked on stage 19 and Thibaut Pinot abandoning, it seemed like the stars had aligned for Egan Bernal, and he managed to capture the jersey despite the stage getting shortened due to adverse weather conditions at the finish. And after stage 19, he did something that Nairo Quintana himself has not done. He pulled on the yellow jersey. On the 28th of July 2019, Egan Bernal became the first Colombian to win the Tour de France at an age of only 22 years old. Surely, this is the beginning of the Egan Bernal era in cycling and for the Tour de France. That's it for this video. If you've enjoyed it, why not check out some of our other videos on the channel and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on our exciting projects that are coming up very soon. And as always, thank you for watching.